What's going on, guys? What's going on? Let's go. Happy Sunday. You know, today's topic, we're going to dive into today's topic. Today's topic is actually going to be the power of keeping your word, right? Staying true to yourself, staying true to what you put down on paper, right? So, you know, throughout the days, throughout time, whatever we put on paper, sometimes we get in that moment where, you know, we compromise or we don't stay true to what we said on paper, right? So when we're going along life and we're staying true to what we wrote on paper, we're staying true to the contract, there's life, there's power, you're able to walk straight and fulfill your dreams and goals and tasks throughout that day, right? But the moment where we break that contract and we go against our word and what we wrote on paper, it's like a sense of less power that you're walking with, right? You feel watered down. You feel like you don't have the life, you don't have the energy to actually hit your dreams and goals, through the day. And I notice it's like, that happens when you don't stay true to your word, what you wrote down, right? And the universe is just looking at you like, God is just looking at you like, you wrote this down on paper. You said that you wasn't gonna do this, you wasn't gonna do that, but here it is, you're doing the opposite of that. And what that does is it waters you down and you feel a sense of regret. You feel like unworthy, you feel like you messed up, all of these things that happen, and it's okay to learn from your mistake, right? And to keep pushing forward. But the moment where you just continue just to not shift and get back on track is when you go down another road that's not of God. It's pretty much like your own will, so to speak, right? So we gotta be mindful of when we go against the contract, when we go against our word, and we start to feel that discomfort, right? That means something is wrong. We are out of alignment, and we gotta make that switch to get back on track, right? And once you make that switch, you get back on track. You start to feel a little bit better about yourself, right? And you may have to pass another test. You may have to pass that test again that you messed up on, right? But it's cool. As long as you fix the problem, you pass the test, you keep moving forward. Don't beat yourself up. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We all learn and we all grow. The main thing about it is to learn from your mistakes and grow from your mistakes and get to the other side and not make that same mistake again. That's the real most important part. Don't make the same mistake again that you already made, right? We don't want to be making the same mistakes over and over and over. Keep going in the circular pattern. No, we're not doing that, right? Once you make that mistake, okay, you shift, you get back on track, and you keep pushing forward, right? And you could reflect on it. Journal where you went wrong. If you don't know where you went wrong, you got to sit down and journal and figure out where you went wrong, and then make that adjustment to not do that again or to avoid that situation that happened. Or how can you deal with it in a better way if the situation does occur again? Right? So these are the things that we have to be mindful of. Keeping our word when it feels hard, when we feel the temptation is there, when we feel the distractions are there, right? We gotta stay focused, right? Because remember, the devil is out to kill, steal, and destroy, right? The devil is out to kill, steal, and destroy, right? We have three enemies, right? We have the devil, we have the flesh, and sometimes ourselves could be our greatest enemy. So we have to be mindful of these things, right? And we have to stay grounded with God and stay close to God because trouble is near, right? So that's my, topic for today, keeping your will, right? Keeping your truth in what you said, keeping your contract in what you said, right? Is real powerful because that contract is going to get you to where you need to go. When we go against the contract in our word, we have no solid foundation. It's like building a house on sand, right? We need to build the house on a rock so that way that house is steady. When we build stuff on sand, you know, your foundation, your kingdom is going to sink, Your house is gonna sink if you build it on sand. But when you have the contract, you have that solid foundation. Now you're able to walk. You have a solid foundation that you can walk and build and build and build and build towards your dreams and goals. But the moment you go against the contract, it's like quicksand. You'll fall, right? And it's not a fast fall. It's a slow death, right? It's a slow death, right? So we got to be mindful of these things, including me, right? I get challenged and I'm not perfect. And sometimes I fall and I got to figure out what happened. Okay, how can I get better? All right, back that I'm going to do this a little bit different. Okay, I'm going to do this. All right, I'm going to be prepared for the next test. And I ask God, God, help me, give me the strength to pass every single test that comes my way. All glory goes to you ahead of time before it happens. You right? And these are the things that we want to do because the journey is hard. And without God, we're not going to be able to reach our destination and figure out the trials and tribulations towards our destinations. Because remember, He's shaping us into the person that He needs us to be. So He's more involved in our character. He wants to see us develop. He doesn't care about the money and all that stuff. He wants to see us develop and grow. And then by developing and growing, we attract all the abundance of money that we want by being fruitful, by growing, by learning His word, by being fruitful, right? So moving forward, we got to be very mindful of keeping our word and what we wrote on paper because there's consequences behind what we said on paper and we break that, right? So with that being said, that's the video for today. I hope you guys took a lot of value from the video. It's your boy Crazy Faith, son of God on the way out. Let's grow and be 1% better to the new year. Let's get it.